Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Tribes Casting Network, bringing you this Eutl Pro League match between Team IDK, or I don't know, and of course Nimble Minds Eternal, which is what the nMe tag stands for, who are part of the Nimble Minds Network. I am here, of course, ArmedPenguin, and joining me tonight is Helemar. Well, it's not really night where you live, but still, say hello, Helemar.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. It's not night where I'm at. It's actually midday. So yeah. But regardless, it's night for those who are playing and those who are likely watching.
Exactly. And there's some debate with ping. Nimble Minds player Luca is having some issues. Pinging a whopping 140, which is never good.
And yeah, for an EU player, that is definitely not good. If I had that ping on EU, I'd actually be ecstatic, because that would be pretty damn good for me, because I am a player from NA.
Exactly. And now we're just waiting for players. I mean, we should have 14 soon enough. G Reaper is there administering the chat. Hold on. I might have to join the game for a sec.
No worries. So, while we're kind of waiting around, I'm not incredibly familiar with these teams. I do know that IDK has been a favorite in the past to win most of the tournaments. They did go head-to-head with Vertigo in the last season of the Pro League. And it came down to the last map and literally overtime on Rain Dance in the last cap, where they did lose to Vertigo. So, obviously they are one of the teams that are expected to go pretty far. And as far as Nimble Minds Eternal, I don't have a ton of background on them. I have seen them play here and there, but hopefully ArmedPenguin will be able to fill us in on that information.
Basically Nimble Minds Eternal may seem a bit new, but the Nimble Minds clan has been around since 2004, I believe, and recently they had a huge roster, so they split the team in two, basically Nimble Minds Zero Life, which is in the other division of the Pro League, and Nimble Minds Eternal, which is this team. From what I'm told, essentially the difference is that the Zero Life has more practice time, hence the Zero Life, so they, have more time to practice, and they just think it's 5 times a week or something crazy. Well, Nimble Minds Eternal just 3 times.
That is
I don't know.
Pretty nuts, to say the least.
I might be wrong, but, esports, some people take them more serious than others.
Okay, so apparently I think we are going to be switching servers. I'll just join off you,
Yep.
As I did with this one.
Yeah, unfortunately lately there have been some issues with Amsterdam servers, so competitive servers tend to be moved on London.
Yeah, I've heard that there have been quite a few issues, and there's just been ridiculous ping spikes, so we're switching apparently from... okay, and apparently Deez in chat says that you are absolutely correct, Armed, that the NMZ guys practice a ridiculous amount of time, so chat interaction is always a wonderful thing.
Yep, I wish I had another monitor so I could see what they're writing. Yeah. I might have to alt-tab a few times. But yeah, this is spot on, and of course he has insider information, seeing as he's part of Nimble Minds.
Mm-hmm. And in the past I did see a Nimble Minds Zero Life versus a Nimble Minds Euro, which I believe that was their name before. It was Nimble Minds Euro rather than Nimble Minds Eternal. That was very confusing, because the casters were saying Nimble Minds and Nimble Minds and Nimble Minds, and it's just like, criminy.
Yeah, it's always a bit strange.
Alright, so I am joining off you. So for those of you that are tuning in for the first time on this channel, this is a new project that APC and I launched just to get some more games casted, because obviously there are streamers up on the Tribes Ascend channel right now. So there's not a whole lot of room to interrupt and get some of the games casted, so we wanted to get something up so that everything would be would be casted. And we have, if you scroll down on the screen, you can actually see how you can get involved. You can submit an application to be one of the casters or cameramen, and what we do is we basically have all the contact information via email. So if you are wanting to do some of this stuff, try some casting, try some camera work, anything of that nature, by all means, send us an email. There's a sign-up sheet. I believe it's linked down below. Is it? I wonder if it's linked down there. Yeah, there's a form on the right side that you can click, and it says it goes to a Google Doc that fills out the application that goes right to us, and then we can get you set up, and we'll just send out emails and say, hey, we need someone for this match, and we need casters, we need cameramen, and you guys can come in here and do this stuff. All the templates that I have here that you're seeing on the screen will be available for everyone who will be casting, so it's something that, get involved, guys.
Yeah, and especially in Europe, like there's a crippling lack of casters, which leads to people like me casting, which may or may not be good. So you never know. Always good to have more people. And I wanted to say something else, but I think I forgot. So that's a good start.
That happens more often than not. So it's par for the course. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, like we have seen now, Luca, the Nimble Minds player, has the same ping issues in London. He even has more ping there, so that's gonna be interesting for him.
Well, hopefully it'll all work out. But having a stable ping is probably a better thing than having a warpy ping, and it does. From my perspective, I see 40, 0, 32, 28, 33, 44, 56. I mean, it's just like there's nothing in the triple digits for me. Okay, there's one in triple digits, and that is Luca.
Yeah, the guy that has problems.
So.
Yeah, apparently the guy, the player that has, yeah. Oh, so basically they're subbing Luca, who has now 156 ping for some reason, with these, who, if you're not aware, in the EU scene is known for having extremely unstable ping.
Oh boy.
No, he doesn't have high ping. It's just that he lags like crazy.
So he warps a lot, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that it seems like it's a maybe not the most beneficial trade-off. Is Deez a capper? Let me ask you that question.
No, that would be cruel. No,
okay.
no. These, I've seen him do standy, I've seen him do snipe, but we'll see what he does on this one. He has been described by #1 lag sniper EU by none other than JP, who is a master of sniper disrupt.
Well, that is a ringing endorsement from JPY.
Yes, I think we should let them know that we're ready.
So yeah, they are. Whenever they switch over, we will get going. I will bring you guys into game. The maps that are going to be played tonight, as you can see on the stream. Thank you, creature.
Yep, they're gonna be Arc, Scat, and Rydog, so very good map lineup, which is what has happened on GameShare. Like the first match is always these three maps. The second match is Sunstar, Bell Omega, and Dangerous Crossing, which some people may not like. And the third one is Arc, Scat again, and CCR, because we only have 7 maps in the map pool. But then with the new rule set, which includes no base turrets and no turrets whatsoever, the only deployables allowed are drop jammers and motion sensors. And since we're about to start, let me run down the rosters. So on IDK we have Shad, Love, Metin, Supercomputer, which is Tool, I think, Crystallite, Impaler, and Creature, as soon as he switches. While on Demon Sword we have Nimble Minds Eternal with these, Icepick, Horpy, Tumi, Nala, Specialisti, and Kabesi, also known as Khaleesi by Creature.
And I'm going to let you take this away because I need to fix the overlay because I had no idea which side they were going to be on. So.
Yep, and these, it seems like he will continue to enhance his reputation as #1 lag sniper EU. he will be sniping. And we are off now. On defense, it seems on Nimble Minds we have Horpy and Specialisti, both in Soldier, with of course D sniping, while Tumi, Nala, and Kabesi are on offense with a Brute, I think. Yes, it's a Brute. And of course, whoever is left, Icepick, he is capping. While on the IDK side, who are favorites for this map, by the way, have Impaler on stand, Krista with his repair gun on LD, Creature capping, Matin, Shad, and Love on offense. Wait, and Tool too. So no sniper. Okay, that's interesting.
And here we go with Creature with the first grab, doing the Aqueduct bounce route, and he is out pretty clean. The nMe guys, however, do have their entire clear coming into the stand, so they have got a good shot at getting an E and keeping this moving. If they... Nope. They did not get there in time.
Yep, they managed to clear somewhat, but Icepick either missed the stand or was put off by the presence of Impaler, and apparently they have no idea what I'm talking about because Shad is sniping.
And here we go with Love with another regrab, keeping this thing moving, putting the pressure on. He is coming through midfield down to 300 health, and he's got escort from Creature and Matin, but he gets splattered by Tumi.
Nice shot by Tumi. Tumi chains out Matin together with some help. They shouldn't be able to get this if Icepick managed to get. Unfortunately, he is the capper, so this means an entire reset by nMe, no grabbing coming right now.
Yeah, so it does look like both teams are kind of resetting. I do not see Creature en route. He does look like he has just spawned, so he will be heading out momentarily.
Exactly, and also we see that Shad has taken back his spot of Sniper, which usually belonged to Matin in the last season. We saw Matin go and snipe while he was usually either capping or offense. And Shad was bruting it up on offense last season, but now it's back a reversal of roles, it seems, or at least for this match. And now we see Krista defending his sniper very well, but meanwhile Matin has the flag with a nice soldier grab, but half health. This is still up, so he might snipe him, but he doesn't have a clear line of sight, not at all. He's going through midfield, not really fast.
And a nice pass off to Creature there, and a conk by Specialisti.
Yeah, that was very close to returning, but Crystallite managed to kill him, or Creature rather, and pick it up, and that's a cap. That's 2-0 for Team IDK. And another grab, chain grabs are really powerful on arcs, and it's an Inf grab, I believe. Yes, it is. We have two conks missed, the third one hits Specialisti, gets the conk and gets return.
Yeah, so IDK definitely setting the tone for this map, and Icepeak is coming in on a route, but he clears off the Hoff, gets out with this thing, 500 health going through midfield. This looks like it may be a cap for them, but Matin says nope, and he just comes blazing through, grabs that thing, and he is off and to the races, as Freaky would say.
Exactly, and he was chained out, not Matin obviously, but Icepeak was chained out, but Nala picked it up in Brute. So now we see the entire Nimble Minds team here, they dealt with the crash and they're now moving out on offense.
Yeah, it does look like IDK has already set up their defense for standoff here, and they are already moving out, so they have got quite the advantage here. So it is going to be something that IDK may have a quick return here if they can coordinate things properly, but there's a drop. Okay, it was just a pass.
And yeah, Creature is in a bit earlier, like Tool is only now starting to chain out the defense, and Love is coming in and shot too. So Creature is still alive somehow, and he's not... Come on, kill him. Anyway, Horpy, however, is under a lot of trouble. Specialist was killed, and he's running out. Oh, but we have a return! A return by Nimble Minds, but this will be another return from IDK, yes. Yep, so double return.
A nice reset, and definitely in favor of IDK, up 2-0. A double return on a standoff is not quite as good as a cap, obviously, but you know, it's something that they put the momentum that nMe was building up right there, and just kind of shuts it down.
Yep, Creature tried a front grab, but didn't go really far. And yeah, well, it seems like every time there's a standoff in the game, like the first standoff, it's always a double return, no matter what. It looks like it's an honor thing, like teams just say, yeah, we'll get some flags later. We can just have a friendly standoff for now.
I wouldn't quite call them friendly, but yes, I agree with that.
Well, they're just trying to kill each other with weapons and stuff. It's
Yeah.
completely,
Harmless.
Yeah.
They're just trying to kill each other.
Speaking of killing each other, Love does so and kills the sniper and helps out chaining out the standee. Well, actually the LD, but standee is not looking good and he is completely distracted. Creature gets out with the aqueduct bounce. He will be home very soon. It's a big snipe from these who just respawned, and there's a lot of blue. Well, two blue people here. They're not. Oh, the Impaler kills. Something happened, but creature died, and the flag is not capped yet. But it will now, as Tool gets it, aka supercomputer.
And unfortunately, yeah, that was a very fortuitous play. Here comes Icepeak actually on a left to right, and he gets body blocked by the inventory station, so a no-go there. But yeah, nice play by nMe, getting a good crash and at least getting a kill on the capper before he was gonna get that cap. But unfortunately, they just did not have the presence of players there to really capitalize on that opportunity that was created for them.
I have to say, this inventory station placement is a pretty smart idea. Like, you wouldn't expect it there. I'm totally stealing that, or at least sending it to my team's half.
I think I'll probably steal it myself, because it does stop a lot of those side-to-side routes, which, are the ones that really catch you off guard a lot of the time.
Exactly, and on the other side, I saw Creature kill the standee, but I think he missed the flag or something. He is very low on health below the base, so this round is shut down for IDK, I think.
Yep, and over on the other side, Toomey is doing a little harass on Matten, but Matten chains him out with basically a sliver of life, and there we go, Supercomputer with a grab, but it's just going to get splattered almost instantaneously by Deez, who is, as you say, the #1 lag sniper EU.
And speaking of #1 people, the #1 repair gun just dropped. Crystallite is not in the game at the moment, so... Oh, he is just back now. So I guess a momentary internet failure or something. Or tracks crashing, because... Well, GG, that company.
Yes, exactly. You can go ahead and say it on stream. We have a streamer who's going to be saying that regularly, so no worries.
Is it Tubes?
No, it's not Tubes. It's a new guy who will be premiering on Wednesday, tomorrow, after Behind the Blue Plate.
Looking forward to that, but meanwhile, we see Nala is moving out as a raider with Jammer. Is this a scrambler cap attempt? I don't know, but he has been spotted by Shad and he has very little health, so I don't... Yeah, he's just stopping and spamming the Arxbuster.
Yeah, definitely a better choice than just going in and suiciding if there's anyone else coming in, but Nala does get splattered pretty quick by Crystal Light, and that is not going to do any good things right there, so that push is shut down. So on the other side, we do see a Shrikeout, and it is Love in that thing, doing a little harass on the stand, making their lives even more hellish than they have been so far. And Creature is probably about 20... Oh, no, he's doing a side-to-side, so he's about 7 seconds out right now. And he is going to be coming through the stand, and it looks pretty friendly for him, and there we go. He is out, and he's going to bounce right off this aqueduct and go straight through. That has been very successful for him thus far.
Yeah, nice spawn for Specialist. He spawned right in front of him. Unfortunately, he trusted over the aqueduct, so he wasn't able to get any conks in place. Now, Creature has taken some chain, but he will be home. Oh, Doom is in the tunnel. He opts for the E-grab instead of the sneaky play as an infiltrator. Maybe the correct choice, maybe not, as they're gonna cap it either way with Impaler, making it 4-0. The Icepick is now coming in and the stand is completely full, and...
Unfortunately, yeah, just did not go anywhere.
Big party on the stand and he was not invited, rejected immediately.
And it looks like quite a few of the players on nMe are running safe fall. I just saw Love try and run over Deez, and he is running safe fall, so he just kind of got knocked around a little bit. Probably a good call.
Yeah, I don't want to mess around with IDK strikers. I mean, there's Love, there's Crystallite is also very famous for his striking. And I'm sure someone else, but I'm not that familiar with all the individual player skills. And speaking of skills, especially capping skills, we have Creature coming in soon. As I lost him, there he is. And the stand is against clear. I mean, IDK's striking power is obviously superior. Oh, they almost managed to get back in time for a count, but missed it unfortunately. And Creature will be home in 5 seconds unless there's a miracle E-grab, which doesn't look likely to happen. And yeah,
there we go. He
that's
goes nice and easy right into the tunnel and bumps right off the wall and gets that 5th cap, putting IDK in a very, very commanding lead.
Yes, and for those maybe unfamiliar with these teams, I don't want to say anything anything bad about Nimble Minds. They're a great team, but IDK have been the first team on the ladder for quite a while now, and they're also one of the oldest teams, I believe. Unfortunately, they never quite seem to win tournaments, which is a bit of a shame, always losing to one version of Heartbreakers or Vertigo. Who knows, maybe this season will be their season.
And we can only hope, and it brings just more good games, which is always what we want to see. And I do have to say, from the perspective of an NA player and an NA comp caster, I love the rule set that you guys have set up. So
yeah, the no turrets thing is pretty popular, and what's not popular is Cappers getting out so fast, because Creature is just side to side. Well, it's not really fantastically fast, but he's out of line of sight. He opts not to do the aqueduct bounce. Oh, a Merv was very close to hitting him there. He has taken some fire. Now again trying a hero Merv. Doesn't quite connect. Trying to put some chain into him. Succeeds in doing so, but not enough. Creature is still alive. And I think there's gonna be a cap, unless, oh no, Toomey managed to get the grab.
And he is not looking too great here, and especially at least he is going for this, but Matten splatters him all over the place, and there is going to be the 6th cap in favor of IDK. They are definitely putting the nails to them now, and they figure, I think right now they're going, let's end this map and let's move on. And you guys are still in the group stage, if I am not mistaken, right?
Yes,
Okay.
This is IDK's first map, first match actually.
So yeah. All 3 maps will be played, so they are 4 points, which will determine the seeding for these teams when they go into the pro playoffs. And Love here being something of a nuisance. Ice Peak was starting his route, and he's just peppering him with bullets, and Ice Peak says, okay, screw this, and he just suicides out.
Yep, exactly. Having an inf behind the base in arcs is always a nuisance. It's not enough that you have Shad sniping across the map. No, you need to have someone that spots you every time. That's just...
Yeah, it's adding insult to injury, basically, is what it's doing there. But here comes Creature yet again onto the stand and out with that aqueduct bounce route. And this is looking like it is going to be the last cap. There is some enemy presence on the other side, but he is coming in and is looking pretty good. And he is going to land right on this stand, and there we go. 7-0 in favor of IDK. So IDK winning the first map of this series, and we will be going on to the next one, which I believe is Katabatic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are correct. And yes, we see from the player kills tab, like Creature is that first on score, which happens when you cap out so quickly.
Yep.
And there is the obvious fragging advantage of IDK, but it's not like Nimble Minds are getting destroyed. They're still putting up a decent fight.
Yeah, and I mean, we did see the flag for Nimble Minds make it to the other side of the field at least a couple times. They did have one standoff, so by no means are they getting stomped. They're still doing their best. They are doing everything they can to make it so that this is a fight that they can be proud of, and so far, I don't see anything that would point to the contrary.
Yep, just quickly saying about the group stages, let me expand on that. The division, there's 2 divisions in the Pro League, which is 8 teams, which is the same as in NA, I think.
Yes.
And in IDK's division, we have obviously IDK, also Nimble Minds Eternal, 1UP, and Dirty Little Secrets. Dirty Little Secrets, who are subbing in basically because Aurum or 24K or Nevermind were they decided to be on break for this season.
Never a bad thing. Aurum was actually one of my teams that I was really watching, and I was really looking forward to seeing them play some more. So that's unfortunate, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yep, and yeah, DLS basically summed up for them, being the being the winner of the Season 1 House League.
Yeah, I did see, who was it? I forget the name of the winner, or the captain of DLS. But I
Maybe
saw
you're referring to Yods and Clag?
yeah, I believe that's who it was. Yeah,
20
Yods.
seconds until deployment.
Because I remember someone was unable to pronounce his name correctly, so... but we are... Oops, we are maybe not starting here.
No, they're just waiting on... One person is AFK apparently, so we'll just wait a minute or two. Yeah, also, like, Arx is a very strong map for IDK. I mean, you could say this of a lot of maps, but Arx is one where they have it down to a science, much like I expect this one, because Arx, Kata, and then Drydock, they're like, the holy tree of the maps in Tribes. Usually Crossfire was there too, but it's not in this season's map pool.
And all I consider that is thank God. Because it's not fun on NA side. I imagine it's not a whole lot of fun on EU either. But looks like we are getting going here, so I'm going to bring everyone into game. And I actually do have a question. Why did nMe choose Diamond Sword?
3, 2,
No idea.
1.
Typically speaking, teams, they prefer to choose Blood Eagle if they get the chance on Katabatic here. But they did opt for that, so I'm just kind of curious on the reasoning behind that.
Maybe they feel it will not make a difference either way, or maybe their camper is more comfortable with DS, I don't know. Anyway, we do have same rosters as before, I think. IDK with Creature, Crystallite, Supercomputer, AK, Tool, I think. Love, Shad, Impaler, and Matin on Blood Eagle. While on Diamond Sword we have Nimble Minds Eternal with Kabesi, Icepeak, Toomey, Horpy, Luca 666 subbing in for someone, These, and Specialisti.
So we do have one roster change. I'm not sure who it was, but I do see some clear coming out, and Creature is coming in on his first route right over the turret, and he is moving. 305, and he gets body blocked. Nicely done by Specialisti right there, preventing that from going for a potentially first easy cap. And they are going to get cleaned up, and it is moving over to the Blood Eagle side, which is the IDK stand. And I do not see anything alive over here, so I think both teams have been shut down on their first push.
Yep, seems like it. I don't see any reversal in roles. Luca seems to be subbing. Yeah, he is subbing for Nala, who usually plays heavies, as we saw on the last map, Juggernaut and Brute. And Luca seems to prefer Infiltrator, despite having some very serious ping spikes. I think I saw at some point his ping jumped to 250, but that might be just a one-time thing.
Well, and from the... I'll finish that thought in a second. Here comes... Icepeak with an attempted grab, and Impaler nails him right before he dies, so a nice stop by Impaler on the IDK stand, and not letting that come out. But on the other side, we do have Creature coming in momentarily, and there is a little bit of clear on stand, but looks like the majority of the defense is here, and he does get splattered all over the place as well. And what you said earlier, the nMe guys may be very comfortable with Diamond Sword side, because they have not even let a flag get off the stand yet. And, against IDK, that is by no means a small feat.
Exactly. I'm surprised to see no double capping so far, but that might just come in play later. Very popular tactic on Katabatic, because it's pretty hard to spot.
Yeah, and I'm sure that at some point during the map, the teams right now, I think, are just kind of feeling each other's out. I think the IDK guys are going, what is going on? What do we need to fix? Because the nMe guys are just not letting anything through right now.
Yes, and Matin, I think, has killed out the sniper, so you see Creature coming in now. There's still two people on the stand, but there's a lot of IDK bodies here. Horpy mid-airs Creature, and then Specialist finishes him off with some splash that was very nicely done.
And so the first flag that we actually see go out is from the nMe side. Icepeak did get out with a root, and here is Luca to keep this moving if he can get there before Crystal Light and Impaler chain him to death. And he does manage to. Hopefully they will have somebody coming to meet, but it does not look like it's going to matter. That thing is going to get returned and shut down.
Yes. Also, he was an infiltrator, and he was unable to punt it forward without the stealth spin user, as you may be aware.
Yep.
It's a bit of a rule difference between North America and EU.
Which I'm kind of sad about, because I wish it would have been banned on our side as well, but that is neither here nor there. On the enemy side, looks like Matin has started capping as well, so looks like they are running double cap now. They figure it's going to be something that they're going to need that to get out with it, and that is exactly what happens. Matin gets out, does a nice little rock bounce, and he is heading right over midfield, and he is looking pretty good. Creature escorting him and heading straight back to his stand.
Not really fast though, he's going 160 at the moment, so he might have screwed up the route a bit. However, he has creature meeting him. Ice Pick is out, however, and if the game would let me switch to him before he died, well, never mind.
Yeah, he took a disc jump on the stand, which is always a risky move, but he came in completely unspotted, and Creature is going to put the first point on the board here for IDK 5 minutes into the game, so very nicely done by both teams, but as I said, Ice Peak took a risky move. You know, he was out pretty much clean, took one snipe right after he disc jumped, and then another one, and it just put him right down, so may have been a bit of a misread on that one, but I think he was just trying to get that thing as far away as he can, just because the flag was so close to home.
And Matin is continuing with double capping, and I think he spotted Ice Pick. Yep, he has. There's snipes coming on his way. Missings, however, so far. But now they know he's coming, and you don't want Impaler to know you're coming. Let me put it this way.
Because he will, as his name implies, impale you.
Well, maybe not this. Oh, well. As I say that, he was not on the stand, but he was a bit in position still to tighten Ice Pick in the face as he came off the stand.
And I did not happen to catch that, but I did catch on the other side Matin getting cleaned up and Creature coming in for the grab, but the enemy guys are really putting up a good fight here. You know, only one cap, and really the flag has only left the stand twice now, and that is only after they started double capping. So props to enemy for putting up a very impressive showing, and it will be interesting to see if we can get them in here after the game to see what their thoughts were on choosing DS side, because it does sound like they have this down to a science.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a good move. Like, you know, teams are going to pick Blood Eagle if they have the chance, so you might as well learn the other. But hold on, as Creature is out with half health, no health, 59. Come on, one more snipe will do it. These one chain, no, okay. Still going pretty fast near the creativity wall. Very high in the air. He should be dead in any time now.
And there we go.
There you go.
And Luca is out with this thing on the other side, so he is he's got this thing moving, and if they can get a return on this Diamond Sword flag here, this could be very beneficial. But Toomey and Ice Peak bunched up right there, and the flag goes out. Love looks like he is trying to clean up them, but Dees does manage to pull out that shotgun and splatter Love all over the place, and we are going into the first standoff of this map, and as we saw last time, the IDK guys do have the advantage in terms of fragging power, so I would expect this to go in favor of IDK, and you know, barring something insane happening.
Well, having said that, the only standoff I think we saw on Arcs ended up in a draw, if you could say that.
Actually, that is true. So I may be completely wrong there, and hopefully I am. I love being wrong in situations like this.
Speaking of Love, he's moving out, he's very close to them, like both Love, Tool and Shad are all moving in from 3 different directions to try and confuse them, and Creature is coming in as well, all in mediums.
And one of them has gone down, Creature is dead, the flag is out on the other side. They might get this return. Luca just barely misses it, so no dice there, but on the other side, Dees is almost dead, passes this off, and it goes past him. Creature's going for it.
He gets me there, maybe.
Oh, and he gets the return at the last second. Literally dies right when he gets the return. So very fortuitous for IDK right there, and they are going to walk this over to the stand and get this cap nice and easy. And Creature saying something about D's not wanting to hold the flag. And one thing I do have to give the you EU guys credit for is you are all very gentlemanlike in terms of your playing. Maybe not so much when you're sitting around, you know, shooting the shit, but you know, very sportsmanlike.
Let's cast Pelican sometimes. Anyway. Anyway, the first complaint about this warping. Well, this is basically tradition. If this isn't warping,
okay.
It's not a real match.
That is good to remember for future matches then.
He's one of the few Germans, I think, that has a bad connection, if you think that's possible. But anyway, both flags were almost out, but well, it was out on the IDK side, but an Ice Pick got cleaned up, and Creature's just waiting on Impaler coming back to the stand to retrieve this.
And it does look like the enemy guys have also switched to double capping. They've got Luca and Ice Peak running routes. They do look a bit staggered, so not so well timed as the IDK's guys have. But here comes Luca, gets nailed on the stand, and unfortunately runs into a wall and tries to punt it off in an odd direction. I guess he was just trying to get that thing away from the base so that they wouldn't throw it down inside, which is probably a good call.
It's probably the side Ice Pick was coming in from, but I don't see him at all, so...
Yep, and
oh, he's completely on the other direction, so that doesn't matter.
And looks like he did try a rock bounce right there, but he kind of flubbed it a little bit. But on the other side, we have Matt and Creature both coming in. Creature getting cleaned up, but Matt is going to go for the field pick here. And Luca is going for the return, and he does get it at the last second. That Matt actually bounced off of Luca right there. That was he did a rock bounce off of a player. That was great.
Yep, big denial thrown out by Luca. Just, you know, sneaking about an infiltrator, being invisible, and just saying, no Matin, I have this.
And one thing I was going to comment on earlier is, you know, despite the fact that Luca does have basically a 150 ping, that's what he plays with over in NA pretty much all the time, so he's a regular over there, and he is pretty used to it. But here we go, Ice Peak is out with this thing, only 200 health though, and it is looking a little bit dire. Snipes are still coming out from Shad, and Luca does take him out, so he's broken line of sight, and this is an opportunity for nMe here.
Love gets the kill, but both people
Look
die.
at that, the
These
flags
guys
are literally right next to each other. That is not something you see every day, and both flags get returned.
Yes, Specialist had to choose either to retrieve his flag or go for the enemies, and he chose his. And unfortunately, Creature came in and retrieved his, so
I think
there
that was probably a misstep right there. I think, you know, the convention is to go for the enemy flag, especially when it's that close to your base. But
I don't know, he had the Matin and a Shrike behind him, so maybe he thought I'm gonna die anyway, so might as well not risk the flag being played further up the field.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. But looks like Ice Peak has been spotted and sniped out already. Creature getting a nice spot on him there and shutting it down, but as a result, my guess is they know where Creature's coming from as well.
It's not gonna help them if they're all dead. Horp is the only one left, and he goes down now. Specialist is there, but he's not gonna be able to do anything. Creature is out clean. D is just respawned. He might be able to get a snipe. Misses so far. Doesn't miss the second one, but very low damage. Tumi needs to make an Igra Borka base. Someone. Let's see if the infamous Khaleesi can make something in front of Creature. No, he doesn't.
And that is unfortunate. But we are halfway through the map. We have just passed that mark, and there's a Shrike grab by Matt to keep the pressure on. And very, very opportunely timed right there. Conk's missing left and right, and he is heading home with this thing. There is basically nothing to stop him, and that is going to be point number 4 right there.
Yes, Ice Pick was coming in, but he got shot in the face by a Titan, courtesy of Impaler. Oh, Luca is coming in, double capping. A bit late for the Igra, but he is still out with this. Well, unless Shad decides to snipe him, of course.
And unfortunately Shad was up, so yeah, that did not go anywhere. But I do have to say that this map, the score does not reflect what the gameplay has been at all. This game has been leagues closer than the last map was, so again, much props to nMe for, doing what they are doing and putting up such a good fight.
Yes, and the Shrike that was used in the Shrike grab by Matin was left behind, so this was able to pick it up and hand it off to Toomey, who is now going to use the Hijack Shrike, rather. I can't talk, on offense.
But here comes Ice Peak. He is out with this thing, and Luca's coming the other direction. I was hoping for some esports there, but did not pan out. And looks like one flag capper has been shut down, but Creature does get out with it on the second shadowed route, and he is pretty much breaking line of sight. He is going home, and they are going into what looks like to be another standoff here. Potentially. Maybe not.
Yeah, Crystallite is crashing now, but it doesn't manage to do anything. Oh, and the flag is returned.
And this may be the first point for nMe, and that is looking like a... Oh, it gets conked right on the stand. And Matin
bubbles about another conk.
And
Matin dies.
There's no crash coming that's going to beat it, and there we go. nMe does put a point on the board, so they have broken the floodgates, and that is exactly what they needed. I'm not going to say that because I do not want Caster's Curse to affect this game. I was going to say something, and I'm not going to say it.
That was very close, though. Very good conks by Matin, and very unfortunate not to retrieve it, but now it's Creature coming in on the back. He gets shot a lot and now sniped to death. Very good, like there was no clear whatsoever at that point. Creature was on a route basically while the standoff was supposed to go on. Did you manage to catch who retrieved the enemy flag before?
I'm sorry?
If you saw who or how the flag was retrieved by Nimble Minds.
Oh yeah, there was actually a Shrike in the field, and I believe it was
Toomey.
Yeah, it was Toomey. He crashed the Shrike, but it was actually Luca that got the return. So they were on chase on that, and they did manage to get the return at the cost of a Shrike, which a Shrike for a cap is a very good trade.
And Harpy managed to kill Creature on his route, so that's that run shut down. Unless Matin decides to grab the Zinf, but he probably won't.
Yeah, and it does look like the enemy guys are just setting up their offensive push right now, so they will be heading out momentarily. And it looks like well, except for the score right now, it looks like the beginning of the map.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of enemy are really stepping it up on this one. Double capping has worked for both teams. So as it usually tends to do that on Katabatic, if you manage to get the half of the stand, it's very awkward to actually hit the capper. And speaking of cappers, I should see Creature at this point. Yep, he is about 5 out on a right to left. And Harpy is very low. Harpy goes down. Specialist is off the stand. There's no way he's gonna make it. Creature grabs it. He's out with 260. Broken line of sight as of now, but he eats a snipe before that. Let's see if there's any crash coming in. Toom is trying to intercept him. And Luca is below the stand. Maybe we'll see some inf play. Let's see. He does something.
Yeah!
Oh, he gets the melee!
I love when that happens. And Luca with a melee and a return. That is what we love to see. Can't get much better than that right there.
That's a very risky move. You just hope that they don't shoot the stand right before.
But either way, that was... I've been practicing for that for 7 hours today, Luca says.
I imagine he did it. It's just, you have to appreciate that move. It takes a lot of nerve to stay still, not go for the immediate E-grab. Stay still, meet the capper, melee him. It's just, you gotta be a good player to make those esports plays sometime.
Well, and that is one of those plays where you are either the hero or the goat, and he was definitely the hero in that situation. But here comes Ice Peak onto a stand, and Paler has seen him, and he makes the stop, and Ice Peak is shut down. And I believe they've switched back to one capper, so Luca is no longer running routes here, and that's probably a fortunate thing, because it would have been up 5-1 in favor of IDK had he not been back to running inf.
Yeah, especially after this play, they probably want him to stay below the stand as much as you can.
And there we go, Matt.
Keep doing that.
And Matten is out with this thing. Deez is still up, though, and snipes two. One of them hits, two of them miss, and he is over the midfield. Luca's on the stand again. Are we going to see a repeat? No, he passes it off, but the flag bounces wrong, and it does not get caught by Creature. Specialisti's going for this, and unfortunately, he gets shut down.
Yeah,
And,
Luca, unfortunately...
Ice Peak just barely missed the flag. That was really unfortunate.
Creature's very low, however, he gets sniped. Nice snipe by these, but there's no bodies on the line, and Crystallite is gonna get this.
Yep, so 5-1 in favor of IDK. They have all but put the last nail in the coffin here. 6 minutes to go, and a 4-cap deficit, so the enemy guys definitely have their work cut out for them if they want to come back in this map. It's looking a little grim in terms of being able to actually do that, but we will see what they can pull off. I always love being surprised.
Yep, Lucas has switched back to capping. He has spotted Creature on the way, or the opposite rather, and he's coming now on a back. However, he gets killed by Mattin's strike bullets. Very nicely done.
And Ice Peak is heading in as well, but I think Creature is going to be hitting the stand before Ice Peak will. Nope, I think Creature's dead, so maybe not. But here comes Ice Peak, unspotted. He is out, and this is exactly what they need right now. He is through midfield, takes one snipe, he's in punt range, there we go. That's going to bounce pretty nicely, I think. And yeah, that is a very nice bounce. Luca goes for this, and the Shrike runs him over. Oh no.
Oh, Love is coming in. They need to retrieve the... they grab this flag. It's still being bounced around. Crystallite swoops in and gets it. That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate, and a very nice play by nMe, and there goes Creature with the answer grab. He is out. Takes a partial Nitron. That was a little weird. One snipe goes into him, but he is going to get this home, and this is going to be cap number 6 for IDK, and the game is pretty much set in stone at this point.
Yep, on the other cap, what didn't work for them, meanwhile Mattin tried a Shrike Grab that was shut down. What didn't work for them was, he was unspotted, I speak, but unfortunately Shad was positioned on this hill behind the base, and he was just in front of him basically, so he was able to get a big snipe, forcing him to punt.
Yeah, and had he not gotten that snipe, it would have been a cap very easily for the enemy guys, and you know, those are the moments that are really, really rough to for a team, because you've got the flag, you know, 20 feet from your stand, and then it gets returned. It's just like, oh. But here we go again. Ice Peak with another grab, but he is very low, and Shad is still up. Sniper coming out, down to 142 health. Punts this thing off, and unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to get this in time. Nope, it takes a bad bounce, and it is going to probably be in favor of IDK getting this thing here. Yep, Creature and Mattin all both on it, and there we go. That flag goes home.
Matt did jump off the Shrike momentarily, and it ends up costing him as Toomey comes in and mid-airs the Shrike.
And, you know, maybe, you know, at this point may not have been worth the Shrike, but I think they pretty much know that this game is in the bag for them, so they'd rather play it safe and, you know, not give up any more caps, because that can be an effect for the seeding and when you go into the pro playoffs.
Exactly. And, like, at this point, it's beyond the realm of possible for enemy to come back from this. Like, there's just not enough time, but there is still time for IDK to finish it up with another cap. I'm sure Nimble Minds will try their hardest to not concede that 7th cap, and they will have their work cut out for them as Creature is out, and he is about 250, broken line of sight right now. And the only player there is Luca, who is in Infiltrators, so we might see something. I don't know if he'll have enough energy. Like, he is going to decloak very soon, and Creature passes it off. That's Luca is pretty much gonna need to. Yeah, he's just passes it off the stand, throws some sticky on the stand.
Yeah, that's about all he could do at that moment. And Luca unfortunately gets pegged with a Titan from Impaler, and there it is, the 7-1 cap out. But a much, much better showing by the enemy guys, pushing this to 23 minutes before they did get capped out. So, very impressive showing, and as always, great to see a few esports plays in there, courtesy of Luca.
Yeah. And we see, as before, a bit of a fragging advantage for IDK, but still not that much. I mean, nMe is still holding their own. The defense doing pretty well. The offense obviously struggling a bit more because, well, you have Crystallite and Impaler against you, which is not exactly easy. And then there's Shad, so...
Yeah, so no matter how you look at it, it's going to be an ugly game for them. But as the scores stand, the next map we will be going into is Drydock, and it's going to be well, I'll defer to you on this since you're more of an expert on the EU side. What do you think we're going to see on Drydock, Armed Penguin?
Well, Drydock, I mean, I have seen IDK put some dominant displays on Drydock, so I just hope we see a repeat of the Kata experience and not the Arcs experience, because I have a feeling Drydock is not going to end really well for Nimble Minds Eternal.
And that would be very unfortunate were that the case. And this is just my own laziness speaking, but I hope that enemy picks Diamond Sword again so that I don't have to change the overlay. That is just one little thing. And
yeah.
Thank you. You guys rock.
You might lose this match, but you win in Helemar's books.
Yes, you do. You guys are kings in my books right now because you made it so that I do not have to change my overlay, which is awesome for me. And Creeper coming out with the casters, thank you for DS. And yes, I do, thank you very much.
Eutl bringing out a bit of trash talk as he used to do.
20 seconds until
And
Anyway,
threw a
let's just
smiley
go.
face out there just for recognition. It's very nice of them to pick Diamond Sword for me. I appreciate that.
10 seconds until deployment.
And let's see the rosters. On Diamond Sword we have Horpy, Icepick, Toomey, Kabesi,
3,
Specialisti,
2,
Luca, and Dize for Nimble Minds Eternal, while on Blood Eagle we have Creature, Supercomputer aka Tool, Crystallites, Shad, Love, actually Top Secret I believe, Matin, and Impaler. You know these guys have played a lot, that they have Smurfs that are level 40 and past.
Yeah, without a question. And from what I know, Tool has a tendency to change his name repeatedly, if I'm not mistaken there.
Yep, as much as Shad has a tendency of changing clan tag.
Yeah, Shad running his own, he's running Stop as his Stop? I'm guessing it's Stop, without the H. But here comes Icepeak on a route, and Impaler has seen him, and Icepeak actually gets out with this thing. He has got low health, though, and that was really interesting. I locked on to the flag, and it had 22,000 health.
Well, flag is OP then. However, Love is on the other side, on the midfield, now passes it off, actually gets sniped, but it was an inf grab. It's still going. Crystal is keeping it alive. There's a lot of support here. Luca is in front of Krista. Let's see what he can do. He is in position. He's trying the melee. He misses the melee, unfortunately. Gets only a small body block, and it's not going to be enough, as that's 1-0 for IDK.
Yep, and this is definitely looking like it's going to be something similar to what happened on Arcs, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, you know, it may be a blessing in disguise in some cases.
Yep,
But here we go with Icepeak again. But Chad's sitting just in the most opportune position, so that does not work out very well for him.
Yep, and also Martin tried to get another grab, but a bit of a blunder by IDK as the Gen is not down and he was killed by the force field. The only one of the few deployables you're actually allowed in the Eutl. And Creature
no.
gets body blocked.
And Creature, as he was going off the stand there, he did get body blocked by Matt, and as you said, he shot Madden with the disc right as he was looking around. He's like, I got body blocked, and he shoots him. He goes, thanks.
Yeah, it's like Martin is like, nope, I have to get more caps than you.
There is a little friendly rivalry on the IDK team, preventing each other from getting caps, which may not end so well for them, to be honest.
Well, coming back on the Arcs argument, I think IDK IDK against slightly weaker teams, you know, with no disrespect to nMe, tend to do very well on maps that flag go out very easily, like Arcs and Drydock. And you know, they're just not able. The other team is not able to either make an E-grab or frag out the offense, or the defense rather. And so they make easy caps, or it seems like they're easy, but you know, still takes quite a lot of time. And things that do not take a lot of time to set up are inf grabs, which Love just made one and came back home. However, Luca is out with the Pathfinder grab,
And
apparently
he's,
double capping again.
yeah, and he's moving pretty good. He's through midfield and really doesn't have anyone on him, so he's given his team plenty of time here to really make a crash and potentially.
However,
Oh
Tool is
god!
on him. Tool is just behind him now, and he gets chained out by a Specialistic who came into support of Luca. And Impaler is under a bit of
This flag does go home. So
Toomey with a huge mortar killing both the defenders, and Icepick managed to get the conk and the return. Will they be able to play this flag more? Specialistic picks it up. Love is ready. He's sliding down as if he needs to make this E-grab, and he does so. Fortunately, not much you can do when an inf comes down sliding invisible. Oh, great meter by Crystallite on Specialistic though. And
oh man, just crushing their hopes right there. I mean, that was brutal right there.
And now it's going to be 2-0 due to Love making it all the way home. Is an infiltrator. That meter by Crystallite was amazing.
Yeah,
he came in swinging at a bit of an awkward angle, managed to get the meter, and then just creature swoops in.
Yeah, and I did catch that on camera, thankfully. So that was a pretty damn cool play.
I think we may have a few contenders for Play of the Week.
Oh, I would definitely agree with that statement. You listen to this, Stowe? I don't
No,
think
he's still crying from the Game of Thrones episode from this weekend.
No spoilers allowed.
Oh, of course not. So, be nice, chat. No spoilers allowed. Anyway, we do see an attempt of a grab by Tool, but Specialist is going to distract creature while he gets Titan launched in the face by Horpy. Love is coming in as Inf though, so they must bounce it. No, Love misses it, unfortunately. So
that is
there's
fortunate
that.
for nMe though. Very fortunate.
I think he ran out of energy just before he grabbed, so Specialist at least knew he was coming. And well, he still missed the flag a bit, so it doesn't really matter.
And D's
I'm
right
just
there,
rambling.
popping creature with a snipe and stopping him from doing what could potentially be a very successful route, just coming right over the back hill, I'm assuming. But there is a lot of red on this side of the map, and this is the second time I've seen Shad get on a sniping spree during the course of these maps. So Shad definitely doing some work.
Yep. And also, who is doing some work was Impaler, while Icepick was coming in on a full stand. Shad missed the body block, but Impaler just said, I'll get him with the Titan launcher. And yes, while the Titan launcher may have the hitbox of the size of a bus, he's still meter, so pretty impressive with any weapon except the plasma gun. That thing is dangerous.
Well, and
anyway,
thankfully for you guys, that is banned in EU, not so much in NA, so that's not an issue. But here comes Matten with a... Okay, I thought he was going to do a Juggernaut slide, but there is a route coming in, I believe, and the flag stand is completely owned. And here comes Creature, and he is going to get out with this nice and easy, and Icepeak on the other side as well getting out. He did take a little bit of damage, not sure what from, and he does get conked, and Impaler switches out of Hoff and gets the return on that.
Yep, he impaled him on that one, and yeah, I'm surprised I didn't make the joke yet. Anyway, Creature, he is very low health, but he's gonna get this. I just want to say that these respawned and managed to get 2 snipes quickly before a lot of pressure, and got the Creature very low, but unfortunately not enough teammates on the other side of the map. And I mean, it's a bit hard to stay alive on this side of the map, to be honest.
Yeah, it really
well,
is.
The other side's not really safe as well, so
it's hard to stay alive on this map, period.
Especially when you're playing IDK.
Yeah. So, Luca and Icepeak both coming in here. Icepeak getting out with his nice and clean, but he is down, he gets chained down to 300 health, and 1 snipe goes out and Shad gets it, but Toomey is right there to keep this thing moving.
However, the stand is owned at the moment, the enemy are respawning, so... But however, Toomey gets chained down horribly and Crystalite will return it.
Yeah.
Again, you know, even if they manage to get it on their side of the base, there's still so much courage from IDK or so many offense players. It's just impossible to clear them all in time. Or well, I suppose it is possible, but it's not
It's
really
unlikely.
easy.
It's difficult without a question. And you know, the only way they'd really be able to counter that is the instant Ice Peak gets out, everyone suicides out and goes to the flag and just kills everything they can as quick as they can. And you know, it's just something that's still a difficult feat to pull off.
Yep, and I don't know if Luca was on a route or not, but he stops and tries to kill Shad, but unable to do so. And we do have Ice Pick coming in, double capping again by Nimble Minds. No clear. I mean, the offense all dies. Impaler gets shot, but it's not an offense. He mid-airs Ice Pick and Crystalite mid-airs Impaler, because why not?
Yeah, it's there. Might as well do it. And a nice pop and drop right there by the IDK guys, and going right back to the stand. Got conked and returned almost instantaneously. So, nMe guys, you know, they are putting up one heck of a fight, all things considered.
Yes, and we do see Love now on the hill. He might be going for an inf slide. I think he's preparing. He's just waiting for his team to clear a bit. Yep, sliding down. No, he's not really going. He's going for the sniper rather. Misses the melee. And now it's knife versus shotgun duel, and knife wins.
Those evil knives. And there is a Shrike on the field. It is Matten in that thing as per usual. Sniper is down, creature is coming in, and this could be potentially disastrous.
Yes, and to be fair, like to Love, this was probably lagging through his whole shots, so he couldn't see his opponent. Anyway, creature is coming in. He doesn't gets killed by his own teammates' fractals, thankfully, and he will be home very quickly. But we see a lot of blue for a change on this side of the map. And Luca is an infiltrator on the stand. Icepick gets midered, unfortunately, and Luca gets shot too. So.
I don't know why, but I always root for the infiltrators when they go for the hero plays. That's just how I am. I love seeing those sorts of plays.
Well, everyone does. I mean, to be honest, infiltrator is the best class for doing that sort of thing, because they can't see you, which is also why some people dislike it.
Yes.
Because they can't see you.
Right. But at the same time, they're just they're fun plays to see. They really are.
Yes, and see, still Matin harassing people in Shrike. Has taken some damage, but not enough to make a difference. Meanwhile, Shad has taken out Icepick somewhere.
So their offense is pretty much shut down. I'm not sure if Luca is dual capping, and now this Shrike is doing a little worse here. So we may see a Shrike grab coming out in the very near future if creature does not succeed on this route.
Just wanted to say the Shrike saved Tool for a moment. He was on 5 HP. And creature managed to get out, but he also has no HP, so he gets killed by the defense. Very nicely done.
And there's the
Matin
Shrike.
jumps out.
And there we go. Matin keeping this thing alive, but he is getting chewed apart pretty quick, down to 354 health. And he is looking pretty good. The only one on this side of the field is Kabisi and Luca, but it looks like he is going to get to the stand before it is an issue, and he does get killed on the stand by Kabisi, but it was just a second too late.
Yep, very unfortunate. Those milliseconds, they make so much of a difference sometimes. Anyway, we'll see. A decent clear on this side, but Love is out on another of his inf grabs, and he is on very low health. One more snipe will do. He passes it off before Icepick can conk him, and Tool picks it up. Another punt. Crystalite will pick it up, but gets midered by 2-mid. Corp is gonna pick it up. Yes, he does it.
There we go. So a nice showing by nMe right there, preventing what could have been a potentially disastrous inf grab. And it's always nice to shut those down once in a while.
Yes, nobody really likes infiltrator grabs, but they are useful, and on maps like Drydock they're basically the most effective. Well, that and Dangerous Crossing, I would say. Anyway, we don't see many cappers around. Creature is just now setting up, not being spotted by Luca, who is knifing Impaler, or the flag, something. And yeah, I mean, Icepick is coming in now soon. He's doing this rock bounce into back to front. Over the hill and far away, no, over the hill and into a Titan launcher. Well,
And here comes Luca. He is doing an imp grab, and he is not moving. He is going to get chained out in a matter of seconds here, and that is going down.
who is moving is Creature, who gets out but with very low health and punts it off on the high side. ID, it's very far this punt. I think Icepick just respawned. He got a good spawn, but he's going further out. He's not going for the flag. Oh, that's maybe a mistake, but maybe Luca will manage. Yeah,
There we go.
Luca will manage to kill Krista.
Yep, so that was good team coordination right there. Kabisi and Luca were pretty close, so they knew they could get the return on that. And there's Love with yet another inf grab, making this thing just very difficult for the defense to just sort of get anything coordinated. And he is already through midfield, and Kabisi is the last line of defense here. Can he pull this off? Does not look... Oh, he does get chained out, and he may be able to get a return on this. Horpy's coming in on it, but nope. Crystal Light swoops in, and there is the 6th cap.
And Creature is out on a chain grab, very nicely timed. As he's going through midfield, this might be the last nail in the coffin. There is very little blue on this side of the map, and I don't see it likely to end any other way than a 7-0. Yep.
And there we go. So, IDK with a very strong showing as per usual, but nMe definitely putting up a pretty good fight, all things considered. And as I said, the scores do not reflect just how hard the enemy guys worked for even the 1 cap that they did get. So,
should we try to get someone to interview?
Yeah, let's get some people in here for interviews. I will leave that to you while I am updating the scores and all this stuff.
Oh god, it's a C-tool for interview.
C-tool for so I'm... What should I expect from Tool? Prepare me.
I think that's just Impaler joking.
Oh, okay.
I think Tool has a reputation for a bit of trash talk.
So there we go. We are going to get a couple people in here for some interviews. And I'm not sure if they're throwing Toomey under the bus or what's going on there exactly. I do not know the personalities well enough to say one way or the other.
Well, we'll see in a moment. And we do have Toomey here. I'll just unmute you.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Toomey. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, I guess. For
All
as
things
fine as I
considered.
can be after that beating.
Since you are the first one in here, I do have a very specific question for your team. Since on Katabatic, you guys chose DS, which is something that normally, given the option, people choose Blood Eagle side. So, what is your team's sort of stand on that?
Well, mostly we go with what our Kappa likes most. And Kata, he happens to like Diamond Sword most, so...
Well, and it seemed like it worked out pretty well for you guys. As I've said numerous times throughout this cast, that the scores do not reflect just how hard you guys worked and how close the games really were. Katabatic especially, just because that one you guys had, I would say it's pretty even overall, the number of grabs that got out for both sides. It's just that the IDK was able to capitalize a little more on it. But no, you guys did an excellent job on Katabatic. It was very impressive, just how well you did. So, and this is coming from an NA perspective. I like I said at the beginning of the cast, I love the new rule set that you guys have implemented. It's much more geared towards action and flag play.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. not to discount
Yeah,
your
we're
opinion.
having a good time, especially on Keta. And also given that we didn't train for like 1.5 weeks or so. So for a lot of us guys it was just hop on tribes and play IDK. And for that to even get some or I think it was only one cap on the board and one other one which we should have had.
Yeah,
Really should have.
Yeah, there was one that was extremely close that that literally got returned like 10 feet from your flag stand, and those are always the horrible ones to have happen. But I mean, there were still a lot of flags that you guys made it to your side of the field, and it was just you just got out fragged once in a while, so which was unfortunate. But I mean, like I said, I loved watching you guys play, especially on Katabatic. That was a fantastic match, and
Yeah,
Crystal,
I'm looking forward to seeing your cast.
yeah, and Crystal Light has joined us, so please unmute him. There we go. Thank you so much.
Hey guys,
Hello, Crystal.
Hello,
How are you
Crystal.
doing?
I'm fine. I'm a bit ill, but I'm okay.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to survive through the end of the interview here. That would be ideal.
I should make it.
Okay, good. Wouldn't want to kill any EU players with an interview. That would be a new low for a caster, without a question. So congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
The obvious highlight map was Katabatic. The enemy guys really pulled out all the stops against you guys, and it was something where you guys kind of had to grit your teeth and really bear down to pull out the cap out there. What were your thoughts going into that map?
Well, on Kata, our problem was that they were using. I mean, when Kriya was coming in for the grab, they usually had at least 3-4 guys on the stand. So they did really good at having even the offensive players on the stand helping the D when our capper was coming in. And this was happening every time, almost every time. I mean, when Kriya got out, it was usually through like 3 or 4 guys waiting for him on the stand. So yeah, their offense was a bit slowed down because of this, of course, but their defense was a lot stronger, of course. So yeah, they played good. They were a little bit more. They played a little bit more defensive compared to the other maps, but this made the game last longer, and it was more fun, to be honest.
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Tommy. I have a question for you, Krista. Last season, there was a lot of talk of Matin going sniping and Shad moving to offense, and today we saw that it was reversed again. Any particular reason, or just thought let's try the old thing again?
Well, the main reason is that some of us wanted to try something different, and I wanted to try different setups. I mean, we played our last scrims yesterday and on Thursday. Last Thursday, we had Shadow Stand and Imp Sniping for a lot of time. So for every map we played. So yeah, there is not a particular reason. We just like to change things, and I like to. Considering that almost every player in IDK can play every position, I like to try different setups to understand which one works better versus what. So yeah, let's say that this is our main setup with Shad Sniping and Imp on Stun, but everything can happen. We can play with Imp Sniping, Meti Sniping. This is not a problem. It just depends with which team are we facing, how they play, and what our players wants to play.
You were clearly scared to do your main setup, right?
What, sorry? No. No, I just wanted to play with our normal setup for the first time, because we kept changing everything during the last 3 weeks. We never played with shot sniping and impulse stun during the last 3 weeks. So it was even if it's our normal setup, it was something new today.
Oh, okay.
So when do we expect to see Crystallite capping?
Never. I said almost every position. To be honest, in traps too, I was a capper till we started playing cluster. Then I was able to change my connection, and my ping was a bit lower, like 80. But I used to play with 150, 160 MS, and I joined IDK as capper, so to be honest, I don't want to cap anymore. I did it for enough time.
And there you have it. Crystallite will not be capping, and if we ever see you capping, we will refer back to this interview, and we will call you out on it. So
Okay,
remember
I
that.
can cap, just give me a strike.
So, Arm, do you have any other questions regarding the game for them?
Regarding the game, I don't think so, but I have like one question for Crystallite.
Fire away.
Obviously, you guys are always one of the favorite teams to win the Pro League, but if you make it to the final, who do you think will be your opponent this time?
For us?
Yeah.
Flame improved a lot lately. We are screaming with them at least one time per week, and this is really good for both of us, because to be honest, in IDK we never had a real, very good scream partner, and that's why I'm happy that we are screaming Flam every week, because they can improve and we can understand what's going wrong with us. But at the same time, we more or less know how they play, and it's the same for them, to be honest. So unless they will start doing something crazy when they will play with us during the semifinals, I think that our main opponent will still be Vertigo, because we never play with them, and so I don't really know how they're gonna play. Even if I think that their strategy is not gonna work like it was working in Season 2, and this is the main reason they lost versus Flame. Because having 4D on every map works if you can have a technician. Because if gens are up, force fields are up, turrets are up, there is no way a capper can get through. While if you don't have gens, turrets, and force fields, you can even play with 7 guys in defense, but you are not gonna see every capper for 25 minutes. So there are a lot more possibilities for the capper to get through, even if teams are stacking D. And this is why Vertigo lost to Flame, because they were really strong during Season 2 because of their strategy relying so much on if grabs and 4D on every map. But another thing to think about is that now that we have no turrets, no force fields, Romdi is not playing as technician anymore, so he's playing as soldier, pathfinder, and that's why inf grabs are not working like before. So that's why I think, considering the rule set, Vertigo are not strong like Season 1.
Definitely throwing some gauntlets out there.
But still they are our main opponent.
So I'm going to throw a similar question to Toomey here. Your next opponent in the group stage here is going to be Dirty Little Secrets, and they faced off versus 1UP, and it was in favor of 1UP, but the maps seemed like they were pretty close overall. How do you think you guys are going to fare against DLS, Toomey?
Yeah, so DLS, I think they just barely got into the league, and they're already showing a pretty strong showing. And also during our last scrims, we saw that they improved really a lot. So I'm really looking forward to that because I think it will be a tight one. Like if we scrim DLS or 1UP, it's always tight games. And I think both, or like all three teams are not D-stack teams or something. We're more offense-based, so it's always more fun to play. So I'm looking forward to it. I still give us the edge, but only a little tiny one.
I'm sure there will be amazing games, but I have a slightly unrelated question, but still related question for you, Tumi.
Yeah.
We just saw Nimble Minds Zero Live recently. They apparently forfeited their matches in their division.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about what might have happened? Without, too
I
much
know
of-
pretty exactly what happened. Mainly it was roster issues. Like they were switching around so much, and there were people not signing up, and people having huge connection issues. Like AM server are fucked a lot of time recently, and they had like two or three main players who had a lot of issues. And one other reason is that one of the main players also said he's fed up with all the roster changes and all the problems they face, and so he just said, I take a break for this season. And so I think they sat together like yesterday or so and talked about it and said, okay, given that they lost their first match, which was arguably the easiest of their group, they just thought it would make sense to compete, I think. Just now train, build up a new team with maybe new players who are motivated and can play like... This is on the Zero Live squad, right? So they play like 5 times a week or so. So they are searching for players for that, I guess.
I guess so, and I'm just gonna have to say that fair play to Stepotronic, who actually, since they forfeited the 2 remaining matches, they decided to change the scores of the Pelican match to 7-0, 7-0, 7-0, so that it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be said that they gave an advantage to the other teams by.
Yeah.
That's at least, a good stuff.
Yeah, the best thing he could do. Like,
Yeah.
It's really, really bad that it just happens at the beginning of the season. Otherwise, you could have taken in another team or so. But right now, it's just a little tiny bit too late for that.
Yes, and I hope that we see Nimble Minds Zero Life coming back strong next season. And let's see how Nimble Minds Eternal does in their group. I mean, you guys maybe be seen as a bit of outsiders for making the playoff spot, but what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's mainly due to us not playing very often. We're the squad of the guys who like have a lot of real life going on or a stressful job. So, like for example, I have 3 times 2 or 2.5 hours, which I can play a week, and this is really all I have. So, and we're mainly composed of those guys. So we may not be as strong, but we have got a really good chemistry going on along our guys, and I guess not a lot of teams have scrimmed us or something, so they don't know how strong we really are or not, or how we play. Like Krista said earlier, that it's always an advantage if you know how your opponent plays. And this might have given us the edge against 1UP, like last season, where everybody was betting on 1UP, who are a scarily strong team, but still we managed to pull it off. Just, I think, by good chemistry and the will to win. Not necessarily this player experience or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, Tribes is a very team-oriented game, and chemistry certainly helps. Like, you may have the best fraggers ever, but if they never played together, they'll still not be as good as
Chemistry, it's the most important thing in this game. A lot more important than fragging skill, etc.
Yep, just don't make...
I don't want to take anything away from my guys. I think I have some pretty scary fraggers in my team. Shoutouts to Hoppy, for example. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like we said during the cast, but that there was a small fragging advantage from IDK, but that's to be expected, and it wasn't really that much of an advantage if you look at the numbers.
Okay.
So
So yeah,
props to you guys.
with all that being said, what we are going to do here is I am going to throw last thoughts and shoutouts to me first.
Shoutouts to my team, to Nimble Minds Eternal, to Nala, who did his last game of the season because he has gotten some new job or something, so he will not be available for the rest of the season. And to Dees, who jumped over from Nimble Minds Zero Life to help us out. Shoutouts to IDK for being a good sport and having a good game against us. And to my girlfriend, who is eagerly awaiting me going off my computer.
Good shout out. Good call. And over to you, Crystal Light. Last thoughts and shout outs.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Nimble Minds, first of all, because they are a bunch of really nice guys like Nimble Mind Zero Life. It's the same thing for me, to be honest. I love both teams. It's like one big team for me.
Yeah, we are, actually.
I hope that Stepo will manage to fix everything with Nimble Mind Zero Life, because it's a shame, to be honest. They have some really good players, and I like that. I like them as team. Sadly, as far as I know, Nuber told me that they have some players not showing up, some other things happening, and I think it's something that could be fixed, and I hope that Stepo will make it as soon as possible. And I want to say thank you to my team for being together anyway, because the most hard thing is keeping a team together for 2 years in this game, but 12 years during every Tribes game. So keeping a team together, being together even after we lost 2 finals, it's not something easy. I saw teams leaving, dropping from ladders after a game lost, not even a final, and reforming with another name. And in the meanwhile, we are still there together, trying to win this season. That's all. And thank you to you guys for casting.
Of course, thanks to you guys.
Yeah, of course.
No
It's always
worries.
our pleasure. And over to you, ArmedPenguin.
Yes. Well, I want to thank Helemar for actually being able to bring my voice to the world. I'm sure you're all despairing for that. I'm sorry, but horrible shortage of casters in EU, and you get what you get. However, since I apparently am very lucky today, I have won a 3-day booster on the Tribes Ascend stream. So if there's anyone in chat who is low ranked and just started playing, or just needs a 3-day booster and hasn't redeemed one yet, let me know.
There you go. ArmedPenguin doing a giveaway. You can message him in channel or in chat if you'd like, and he will use his judgment and hand that out. So yeah, with that being said, I will do my last thoughts and shoutouts. Thank you, both you teams, for playing this game and allowing us to cast it. It was a lot of fun, and it's always great to test out new things. If you are watching the stream, you will see that we have basically put together a complete overlay specifically for this channel, the Tribescast Network, and we are going to be bringing many games in the near and late future to this channel. So if you guys want to get involved in doing some casting, doing some camera work, you can just scroll right down, and there is an application form under the how you get involved section, and you can fill that out, and you can help the EU guys out with getting some casters, some cameraman over here. You can help the NAA side out with getting some casters and cameraman over there as well. And you can just get involved, a place where we are open to anyone who wants to give this a go. So if you want to try this, by all means, guys, sign on up. So from all of us here at Tribes and Tribescast Network, have a good night if you're in EU, and have the good afternoon if you are in NA. So,
Yep, exactly. Pleasure casting with you, Helemar. Pleasure casting your guys' teams, Krista and Toomey. Really good games, and let's hope for more good games in this Eutl season, both Pro League and of course House League.
yep. So,
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks.